What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, so I'm going to start this one off with an update from Emmanuel Alvarez. Now, Emmanuel is currently sitting near 260 pounds after a 4-week health phase. Emmanuel actually just finished taking 4th place at the Orlando Pro, in his pro debut, I might add. And you know, he did not look out of place with some pretty big names in bodybuilding. You know, Hassan Mustafa, Phil Clahar, both are heading to the Olympia, by the way. And I'm telling you, I don't keep bringing up this guy's name for no reason. I think it's abundantly clear that he's got a ton of potential. I think it's only a matter of time until everyone knows who Emmanuel Alvarez is, and when that day happens, remember who you guys heard it from first, right here on EP09. You guys know I always got my eyes open for the best upcoming talent, but honestly, this guy has impressed the hell out of me since I found him, and he's got a lot going for him in bodybuilding. He's a taller athlete, but he fills out his frame very well. He's got great quad insertions into the hip, and that gives him that sweeping quads look. He's got good lat insertions, pretty wide clavicles, and a small waist. His balance from top to bottom is actually pretty spot on from the front and side. Overall, this guy, I think, is a future Olympian. In fact, I can almost guarantee he's a future Olympian. Now, he does need to bring up his back to make that happen, and he does need more overall size, and he does need to be inside out shredded next time he hits the stage. But when he accomplishes those things, he's going to be very, very dangerous in the pro ranks. So keep your eyes on Emmanuel Alvarez. So the next athlete I wanted to talk about here is Logan Franklin. Now, I haven't really spoken about Logan since he announced he would be coaching himself back in late January, but he did say at that time that he wanted to be 100% accountable to himself, whether he nails it or not. But at less than 2 weeks out of the Texas Pro, I think we have to hand it to him so far. Logan looks absolutely fantastic in this latest update. The legs look great, the arms look bigger actually, I think. The midsection is dialed in, he looks very lean, and he does look flat at this point. So, he looks right on track to bring his best in Texas. And this is not common in bodybuilding these days. Typically, coaching yourself honestly doesn't seem to work like it used to for guys back in like the 80s and 90s or even earlier than that. You know, look at just what happened to Blessing. I'll get to Blessing in a minute. And you know, it's tough to bring a package that's peaked to perfection when you have such a depleted physical state. It's going to affect your mental state. I've spoken about this before. And in the age of gurus and coaches and posing coaches and nutritionists, Logan Franklin right now stands alone. He's out to prove it to himself that he can do this. And you know what? From the looks of it, I really think that he can. He's really made me a believer so far. But of course, we need to see him nail it on stage. Now, will he be able to do that as a standalone competitor? Well, you guys let me know in the comments below what you think. So one athlete we will not see at the Texas Pro is Blessing Awodibu. So Blessing announced on his Instagram that his plans to do the Texas Pro have changed, and he is now 5 weeks out, which would have him competing at the Italy Pro Show. And although he's going to face some stiff competition there, this was a smart move for Blessing, I think for 2 big reasons. First off, Blessing would honestly just have zero chance going up against Andrew Jack, Hunter Labrada, and probably you can add Carlos Thomas Jr. in that conversation as well. Now, the second reason is because he simply didn't have the time to get ready for the Texas Pro. His conditioning was way off in Chicago. He actually didn't even post a single picture of himself on his Instagram from that 4th place finish in Chicago. And he also needed time to find a coach, which he is now working with Cameron Cheek, who is part of Matt Jansen's camp over there. And Blessing is, I think, looking better at this point. He looks like he regained some fullness, but I would say for 5 weeks out, he's pretty much on track conditioning-wise. And we all know that when Blessing nails it, he's a pro show winner in the right lineup. And you know what? I think a couple slices of humble pie did him a world of good as well. But as of right now, I think he's got the right attitude at this point, and I think he's doing all the right things to be his best in Italy. So last up for you guys today, and this physique update is an absolute jaw-dropper. Krizo announced with this update that his Olympia prep has officially begun, and Michal Krizo continues to show the bodybuilding world that he's coming this year bringing his all-time best and biggest. You know, it's just like Nick Walker. Just when you think he can't get any bigger, he drops an update like this. And I'm gonna go on record right now and say it. Michal Krizo has the best arms of all time in bodybuilding history. Yes, 100%. And you know what? I feel like he knows it. But even with the best arms in the game, his physique overall remains balanced, and he's made improvements. He needed to bring up his back, and he did. He needed to improve on his conditioning, and he did. It was a swift and decisive victory at the M-Pro Classic. He absolutely dominated that show. Now, if he can continue to bring up his back and brings even better conditioning to the Olympia stage, I mean, where do you place this guy? Top 10? Top 6? Top 5 even? None of these conversations are out of the question at this point. So you know what? You guys let me know in the comments below where you have Michal Krizo placing at the Olympia this year. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.